Alright, what is up guys? Today I'm just going to be doing another video. I'm going to be making a little bit better of a, I'm just going to be redoing my joint rolling video because I feel like I could do it better. I feel like that one was a little bit sketchy. It wasn't very good, so I'm just going to be redoing it. And we're just going to be rolling about a 1.4 gram joint. And let's fucking do it. All right, so the first thing is you want to grind your weed. So I got this fine grinder, and let's just grind this weed. All right, so I got some weed grinded up. And what I like to do after it's grinded up is I like to just take this king palm or some type of poker stick, and I just like to loosen up all this weed before I pour it out onto my paper. So that's all loosened up. Now, oh my God, some of these broke. I got these pasta. This is what's it called? Rotini? No, what? I forget what kind of pasta it is. But these work super well for rolling joints. So I would normally break some of it off to make it smaller, whatever size I want. It's a good tip width. And then you want to take your paper. So I've been doing this recently because I feel like it works super well. It's gonna be it's a little bit different than my other video, but it should be fine. So I get my paper, I put it in the paper container or the paper booklet. And then I just get my grinder, I just pour the weed on top. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hold my finger in this spot because this is where the tip's gonna go. So boom, I'm leaving space for the tip to go. And then I'm using this side to kind of, you just want the weed to be even in your paper because the next step is we're gonna be compacting this down. And this is gonna make the whole rolling process a little bit easier. So we're just gonna be compacting it down. Sometimes I like to use a hard surface. You like my new Push Trees grinder? So we're just gonna be compacting it down. So now it's pretty compacted down. Next step is we're gonna put the tip in. So we're just gonna be holding the paper. And then this is how I like to use my pasta filter. I like having this end where my mouth goes. So the pointy end goes in the back. I push it in a little bit. And then the next step is you kind of, and always the smaller the paper, the thicker the paper, it's always going to be easier. I'm rolling with some ethereal, so it's going to be quite a bit harder. So next thing is you're just going to want to kind of hold with one hand at the tip and just kind of push push the weed together. See, because we compacted it beforehand, it's already kind of in a circular form. Then the next step is you're just going to want to tuck the paper around. At this step, you can also kind of just use this to compact it down a little bit more. But now next step, because it's good, just want to lick it. Let's see if I roll this joint perfect on the first try. That would be amazing. You kind of want to hold both sides, because sometimes when I'm sticking it, it just won't stick at the very end. So you kind of want to hold it like that to make sure it's kind of even. And then you kind of, as you're sealing it, you just kind of want to run your hand along. And this is, I think I made the end a little bit, not a little smaller than the other part. Hey, it's gonna smoke. That's the one thing about rolling. Doesn't have to be fucking perfect, but as long as you can light it up and fucking smoke it, it's literally all that matters. So now, I'll feed you, buddy. So yeah, that's basically it. You can also tap it on the ground. It's gonna send some of the weed down. So I tap it a few times and then just use this to compact it down. And then while it's a little bit, this is what I've been doing lately. This is definitely not the best joint of roll, but it's smokable. You twist the top like normal. But when you're twisting the top, you can also push, you can use it to push some of the weed down. So then you just keep kind of squeezing it, pushing the weed down, squeezing it, pushing the weed down. Because you do want your joint to be kind of compact. You don't want it to be all the way compact, but you do want it to be a little bit compact. Now that's about the size a 1 gram joint should be. You can do this, and then, because it is kind of stiff now, you want to just kind of massage it, because if it's too stiff, it's not going to be able to smoke. So you kind of just want to run your fingers along the joint and kind of loosen the weed up just a tad bit. Loosen the weed up a tad bit. And boom, now you have a nice little 1.4 gram joint that should smoke pretty good. It's the perfect amount of compactness. You got a nice little joint that you can fucking smoke. It looks fairly pretty, not the prettiest. There's some creases in there, but if you follow this, it might take a few different tries, but you should get a nice, good joint that you can smoke. Might not look perfect, but it should be smokable. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me. In 30 minutes, it's a new Apple event. That's something I always love to watch. So I'm just gonna be watching the Apple event, smoking this joint, this doink, and it's gonna be a fucking good time. So that's gonna be it for me. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay motherfucking high.